demand for their own product. Look at Bill Gates. Before Bill Gates, the President of the United States said in the United States, the most computers they would ever need in the whole country was 4. That's a fact. That was a declaration, right? They needed 4 computers. So Bill Gates created the demand for PCs, and then he fulfilled on it. Not just through the PC in his early stages, but more so through the software for the PCs. If you look at Mark Zuckerberg, there was no need for Facebook. Let's be realistic. But he created Facebook, and then he created the demand for it. Now it's the most hyper-connected and one of the most capitalized companies on the planet. Elon Musk, well, some would argue that there's a demand for electric cars. There certainly will be in the future, more so than today. But he has produced the vehicles. He's made them cost-effective. They're still sexy. They don't look stupid like prior electric cars. And he's fulfilling the market that is now wanting these things. So those are entrepreneurs. That's the difference to me between an entrepreneur and a businessman. So I don't want to run too long with this. I wanted to get you introduced to it. But there is one thing that you need to take away from this. Okay? We're going to have you do a quick SWOT. In the business development world, particularly in mergers and acquisitions, which is kind of my play space, as well as consulting and coaching, the SWOT, S-W-O-T, is very, very important. And it stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, right? And so when we're going to buy a business or we're going to merge with a business, for example, we want to know what that business's strengths are. And the opposite. We also want to know what the weaknesses are, because the weaknesses are not good. We want to know where the opportunities are. Are there verticalities or horizontal markets that haven't been addressed that could be an easy opportunity within it? What are the threats? Who's the competition? Is the market changing? Is the environment changing? For example, going into the oil business today might not be a great idea because it might not be around in 10 years just by legislation alone. You know, things like this. And then, of course, the threats. Well, you know, the threats are the threats. That's competition and everything else. So we're going to do a quick SWOT. And let's look at your business. Your business in particular. You have to have a look at your business and find out where you have a singularity. Because singularities are dangerous. And by a singularity, I mean a single source of something. Let's say, for example, you have a contracting business, but you have one, say you do framing for houses, but you have one general contractor that accounts for more than 75% of your business. Well, if he doesn't hire you for framing anymore, you've lost 3/4 of your business. So that's dangerous to have a singularity in terms of that customer. What about suppliers? Again, let's talk about a contractor. Let's suppose there's only one place in your region to buy wood, right? There's only one supplier that you have to rely on for just about everything, right? That's a singularity, and that's dangerous. You need to have more than one. Let's suppose that you have one bank account. That's dangerous, because if that bank changes its policies, you might get called in on a loan. You need to have multiple sources of this. How many different ways do you market? It shouldn't be one. It should be that every member of your team knows how to perform the roles of the member above him and the member below him, so his subordinates and his leadership. You should not have one sales guy that's bringing in more than 75% of your business. That sales guy should be getting some kind of incentive to train other salespeople to do what he does because he's so good at it, right? You should not have a single product that represents the majority of your profit. We need to look at that because there should be other products that complement it or affinity products, and there should be more than one way for you to get your product out to your market, right? So you need to sit down and think, where does the number one occur in my business? Think of, at least one or two or even three, and then we're going to start to eliminate this dependency because it's just far too dangerous. And then that gives us a chance. It forces you to look at your key performance indicators. And again, if you're hung up on what KPIs are in your business, how to look at them, then just drop me an email, ron@theroncast.com, and I will send you a worksheet that will help with that. Even just while I'm recording this, I can see that I have 13 people have requested that already. So I'll definitely get that off. 17. I'll get that off to you. Anyway, that's it for today. I wanted to get this under 20 minutes. Don't worry, you are now on the COVID Business S.O.S. program here on the Roncast. I'm your host, Ron Davies, and I'm going to help you survive and thrive through this COVID thing. Have a great day, and we will be back tomorrow.
That's it for this episode of the Roncast. Be sure to subscribe and tune in again for killer tips, techniques, and tools to growth hack any business. We hope you've enjoyed the show.